Oh my goodness, things actually worked. That's a special occasion in and of itself. Thank you everyone joining for this lovely celebration stream. It is now 1 year since this store became fully self-sustaining. Got a few people watching right now, got to let a few more people trickle in. As you can see, there's a lot of different things going on. Let me test one more thing right here. Good, so that's working. Go back. Excellent. Trying out this new live streaming service thing, which will probably be only for today because, well, I don't really do these types of live streams. I may have special guests later on. We will see. My nice little name right up here. And of course, something is not working properly. Wait. Now it's working properly. I can see on the bottom, we have over here, howdy, Matt. Ooh, let me test this, make sure this is working. Aha! We can actually see it. Fantastic. Well, I guess technically the second time because I had a test stream yesterday. Some of you may have seen the beginnings of. It was not supposed to go live, but it did. Over here on the bottom is the rules for making the Teaman take a shot. $100 in super chats earns you a shot, and every $100 in sales earns you a shot. There should be more of a space in between, but whatever. Mr. Analog Drift, thank you for joining us. Clayton's Shopify, my mortal enemy. No proper balance sheet. Yeah, Shopify does have a lot of issues for the size that it really is. There you are. To show that I am not bullshitting everybody, this is the alcohol that will be taken in shots of this size. Takamine whiskey, 8 years old. Bottle was about $100. Most of this was drank back in September when there was another type of celebration thing going on. No snake in this bottle, no. Leave it right over here. Do a shot for my purchase. Did you make a purchase just now? Let me see. Show on stream. Well, first of all, something which I want to show. I'm assuming you guys can see the mouse. Yes, you can. Okay. So, before the stream began, this is how many sales we've had so far. It's every $100 after this number. So I'm not going to take 2 shots because of sales that have already happened. Just to let you know, so there's no little sneakiness that you can do. Well, we'll show this on screen. To those who are unaware, this means unbreaded. And Mr. Pope Brackets himself may or may not be joining us later on. We shall see. I have sent him the link, but who knows if he is awake or not. Damn, should have bought my candy cane later. Yes, you should have, but I didn't want to tell people that because, well, honestly, I don't like alcohol. And I do not actually wish to get drunk, but I do want money. So, I had to make that compromise. I also do have some tea with me right over here. And no celebration is fit without pizza. What else do I got going on? I got my bottle of water. Got some nice little incense going. I also have the Teaman's mascot. The Teaman. My nice little figure, which I absolutely adore. Don't mind the fact that the swords are giant blocks, just how it is. Damn, should have bought. Yeah, I saw that earlier. And, alright. That should be enough time to let people slowly trickle in. I can go ahead and... No, I might as well keep this guy up. I'll keep it up on my screen as well, so if any sales come in, we can see. Oh, no visitors. Damn it, I was about to click on that to show how that whole thing looked. Feel free to swing by the website, do whatever purchase you wish. And let's go on with the fun. So today is November 12th, 2022. And it was last year during Mr. Nick Ricada's Kyle Rittenhouse stream that, hold on a second. I'm going to take these guys off. Headphones are annoying. I need to find a way to be able to do this without needing any headphones. But there's no music going right now, and I don't need to hear myself, so there we go. During the Kyle Rittenhouse stream, it was the first time Mr. Ricada has done something like that, and it was on a very serious subject as well, one that he has been following for a while. I did not want originally to impose myself and do a coupon code for the event. I just felt like it was not really the thing to do. Then we had a member of his community and my community, Mr. Stegis. I do not know if he is in the chat or not. If you are, feel free to say hi, I guess. Helped convince me that Mr. Ricada really would not mind. So I decided, you know what? I'll go for it. I'll do a coupon code, and I'll use Mr. Rittenhouse's, or is it his TikTok name? I think it was 4 doors more whores, which has now become the legendary coupon code. Because, well, let me. Screen sharing is on. Let me try and show you. This is my total sales for year to date. We'll talk about more of that later. So let's go ahead. Yeah, all the way back to November 2021 for this month. Apply. So for this month, I had these sales plus other sales on the side, totaling to a little over $17,000 for that month, which is a 661% increase from the previous year. What name is that? Is that Tits and Ray Guns? The hell kind of a. Oh, you kids. Yes, it was an unbelievably chaotic event. I mean, the first day, you can see how my sales went over here. Okay, $84 here, not really anything special. $71, it's not anything to be happy. 123, okay, that's cute. Okay, 73 on this day. 118, $19, that's pathetic at this point. Go one more, 28. And November 12th, 2.7K. $2,700 on a single day, which is a multitude more than I was doing the previous days. And this was on a Friday at the time. So if you go to the next day, 13th, it's only 433. Sunday, 368. Monday, when I did the coupon code again, another 2.1K. Next day, 3.6 again. And on it went. What day was this? 2.4K on this day as well. I think on this day right here, I decided not to do the coupon code because I was too busy trying to catch up. Because, Jesus Christ. So for this year, custom, let's do last year. The total amount I made last year was more than this. So this is $50,299, so $50,300 plus the cash I had from doing conventions. So it was actually more around 55,000. It was conventions, and I still had my Etsy opened. I closed it after all this because I decided the return was not enough. My screen name comes from my grandfather's name for space opera science fiction. Why? You lot all have dirty minds. Yes, because when I see the word tits, I'm not supposed to think about tits. Gotcha. I see you, game. So you see, last year 50,000 plus the extra was going to be around 55,000. So far for this year to date, compared to previous year, So far up to $82,838. 160% increase from previous year. And the previous year is around the same amount as well. So lots of good increases all around. But when that date hit, let's go back over here. Now I can show off this. So I can spy on you guys. I click live view. How many visitors, how many sessions, how many orders, total sales, top locations. I'm popular apparently in Atlanta and San Antonio today. This map, if you're not using a VPN, can tell me where you're at. If you're first time or returning customers. This was the candy cane order earlier. 400-gram bags. Nearly 100K. Wait, I have a chat right here. Why am I looking at that chat? Nearly 100K. Well, got to subtract the refund returns. Yeah. So there's the returns and taxes, and that is gross as well. It does not account for shipping, restocking, the coupon codes, and most importantly, which we'll get into a little bit later, the working capital loans, which have been a very big annoyance, and I'm getting close to hitting another milestone similar to this one. So right now, whoever is visiting does not have an active card. Shame on them. Buy more tea, people. Back home. 2 visitors. Fantastic. Remember, every $100 in sales and every $100 in super chats gets you a shot. You know what? Might as well also do an unrated shot right now, in case we don't make it to that. I honestly had no idea how this stream was going to go. But we got the little cup, we got the alcohol. I'm not playing a character when I say I don't like alcohol. And if you want more reactions like that, pay me. Ugh. It's sure what country is in, but not sure what country it's in, but I bet taxes were not $50. No, there was a lot more than that in taxes. Me hate Shopify with a passion. I have my varying opinions on it. Let's just leave it at that. I would like to one day build my own infrastructure, but stop downplaying your alcohol face. I don't want to be over the top too much. We got a new person joining us on Discord, but I can't deal with that right now. All right, so back to Mr. Rittenhouse and all that chaos. I was not prepared for having $17,000 in sales for that month. It definitely hit me hard. Super chat not set up? What? Hold on a second. Yeah, what the hell is this? One second, everybody. Why? Oh, wait a minute. Super chat? Nope, super chats are set up. I'm not gonna send myself a super chat. But I would much rather you buy something than use super chats. In fact, part of me wanted to make it so it was every $80 you purchase and every 120 in super chats, but too much work. So I kept it to a nice basic $100. It was a chaotic month in which nearly all my waking time was devoted to packaging and shipping teas. Like I said, I was not prepared to be hit with that many orders. It was intense. Because again, if I'm either mixing the teas or packaging the teas or packaging the sample packs, so many sample packs. That was the theme that made me raise the prices by a considerable amount on sample packs. He likely had to whip his tea slaves to increase production. That said, demand for your product is a wonderful problem to have. Yes. You ordered a triple sample at a time, you little shit. Oh god, it was awful. Because at the time, I can actually do this now. Turn you here. And I can turn this like so. Bring you down a little bit. Ugh. At the time, I did not have this guy right here. So this guy is my not brand new at this point. It's 11 months old. It's my tea sorting machine. So let's say I wanted to set it to 20 grams if I'm making 20-gram packages. Let's go in here. Grab me some Sebastians. Show everybody how this thing works. Bam. Throw in the tea. Get it going. Turn this more towards me. It is set out. You probably can't see it on camera. So I set it to 20 grams. It went a little bit over 20.3 grams it is at. So I can choose what I want to do. Just let it pour it in. You guys can see it all right? Yeah. Next one is a nice even 20. 20. And that is how that guy works. Finally got a chance to show this guy off. Hello, Teaman. Hello, Danielle. Thank you for joining us. Just showing off my nice little tea machine, which I did not have. It's not empty. 1 second. I did not have this guy during the Kyle Rittenhouse trials. It's a bit annoying because it's loud, but much, much faster. Okay, that's done. I'm going to place it. Get back here. I'm going to place this on top. Yeah, to remind myself, I got to clean it. And now I can shift back. What game do I play when I'm sorting teas? I don't play games because I don't have time to play games while sorting teas. I instead watch stuff or listen to music. Preferably watch stuff. So while all of the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff was going on, I was watching. Oh boy. Also at the time, 1 second. Where did I? Oh, there we go. All right. Let me find a colored one. Yeah. No, I gotta find a bullet example. My TV station is also my workstation. Give me one of the multicolored ones. Come on. Really? There we go. Uh-huh. So here, if you guys can see, I have the labels for sample packs. This one is Flavors Galore sample pack. So I can just take these guys off, put them on the little bag, and then ship them off. I did not have this system before. Before this, I had a label maker. If anybody who's been around that long remembers the ugly non-colored labels that I used to have. Ugh. Just printing out the labels took eons. That's why it took me until the 18th of December to finally catch up with every single order, so I was not so I had nothing else that I had to do. It took me until the 18th. And I was doing that the entire time. Every single, no breaks. There might have been one day in between all of that, which I had to take a break because I was just too exhausted. Maybe. Maybe. I can't remember at this point. But it did a lot of good because when you have a lot of shit things going on, which you know you could do better on, and you're forced into that situation, your mind is kind of forced to start thinking about new ways to do things. And so I was able to finally afford this guy who was $2,000 some $100. I forget how much it cost, but worth it and pay for itself in like a week. So I got that guy. I got just new systems, the labels, as you saw, new ways of organizing. I can't really move the camera on too much, but so right now, off in the corner over here is my mixing station if I'm mixing or testing out teas. But everything else within, grabbing distance is things I need to put together somebody's order. Ideally, I don't have to get up from this seat. Appa, Appa, what are you doing? We might be joined by my cat soon. And for anybody in the chat, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to, ask away, chat away, do whatever. I will hopefully see it. Right now, I'm trying not to look at chat because when I do that, I get distracted too easily. I'm looking at the order, seeing if anybody's going to buy anything. I believe we have one. What is this? So even while doing the streams, I have to be on top of stuff. It's one of the fun things about owning your own business. People keep saying you can make your own hours. Well, yes, that's true, but you have to make a lot of hours. Time off is not as common as most people would like them to have. But that's not too much of a problem for me because I like the stuff I do. My goal for working is not to retire. That's not the end goal. Retiring is almost like a mini defeat whenever I get to that point. Real goal is the business itself and trying to make it as nice and big and strong and steady as I can. So even though the business became fully self-sustaining after that day, our first $2. Come on, you. Show on stream. Fantastic. $2 from Samurai Knight. Got any skooma? Well, congrats on a year. Yes, I still have skooma, but now it's called Kentucky Bourbon Tea. As some of you may know, last year in August, so not a couple of months ago, but a year and a few months ago, there was a little incident involving Shopify. One of the reasons I have my opinions on them, which somebody ratted me out about some of my less copyright friendly teas. And so I had to scramble to change as many names as I could. Right now I'm drinking Secrets of the Songstress, which I made specifically for occasions like this, live streaming. So yeah, I had to really fast change names. It was not a fun time because what they did was they locked me out of my account, so I couldn't get into Shopify. Then they told me I had to fix these problems immediately or my store was going to be terminated while I couldn't get into the store to fix the problems. Way to go, Shopify. And during the time, I kept trying to ask them, like, can you be specific on which things are copyright infringing? They really were not helpful in that, so I had to pretty much change everything. But it is what it is. Oop, camera. Adjust. Bam. Everything looks good. Hope so. This is a somewhat different setup now. I have my third screen. Laptop is up on a couple of books. I got a table here with stuff set up. Wait. So yes, out of curiosity, is anybody in the chat also a business owner of any sort? I forget there's like a 15-second delay, so my replies to you guys will be a little bit slow. Let me know. That's one of the things which I wish to speak with other people about. I still don't know if anybody's going to be able to make it to the stream. I hope so. It'd be nice to have somebody else to bounce a couple of ideas off of. Because when I speak just to myself, it's kind of weird. I don't know how Mr. Ricada or all the other live streamers do it. Because even if chat is going, it still feels too much like I'm just talking to myself, and I'm not too much of a fan of it. So with the business stuff, there's another milestone which I hope to be hitting soon. So while all of this is going on, there are moments in which I have certain big events that are coming up. Like, for example, yeah, let me just go here. Couldn't find it. We'll get into all this a little bit later. On March 22nd, 2022, I had a $9,800 mini loan from Shopify. This is what's known as a working capital loan. What's nice about working capital loans is it's straight from Shopify, so it's connected to my account. So what happens is every sale I make, they take, in this case, 17% of the sale to go towards paying it back off. What I use this money for is I used it to get the hell out of Illinois. As some of you may know, that was one of my goals. Going into 2022, I had 4 main goals. Number 1 goal, get out of Illinois. Because Illinois is a disgusting, filthy place, which I unfortunately had to go back twice. One for the convention I already signed up on, and another one for personal matters. So $9,800, almost all of it went into the move. Advice for anybody looking to move: do not use American Van Lines. Those people fucked me, and they fucked me good. Teaman lives in Purge State. Help him. No, I used to live. I'm out of Illinois. Now I'm in Texas. Papa! That cat has 2 modes: sleeping and causing mischief. One of the most mischievous kittens I have ever seen in my life. God damn it. Yeah, and it's now been, the move happened in April. So I got this March 22nd. I was going to use this for other team memes. But then around March 26th, I began, not even then, like March 29th, I began thinking to myself, one of my goals is to move out of Illinois. But there was several things which I was afraid of. One, I would have probably had to spend all of this money, which I ended up spending almost all of this money, which would have left me with almost nothing. Because when it comes to the business, again, you got to keep feeding back into itself, and back into itself again. It's really the goal of these funding things, is to speed up that process. You see, this is my history going as far back as 2019. Little ones, picks up a little bit. And bam, this nice big one. And right now, the current one, which my goal is to make it the final one, is, listen how much I pay. Listen how much I got. I think it was 4,200. 4,520 total is what I got to pay off, and I am 12% there. Not the agreement. Get out of here. This is the eligibility review, but I have no plans to do it again. Not until I don't know if you can hear that. Not until I plan to open up my physical store do I plan to look at any of these things again. So this right here is how much money is being taken out of my paycheck every single day. So on the 14th, I got to pay back 92, 56, 67. And it'll be like this on and on and on every single day. When this is finally paid off, along with, is this going to load? Fantastic. What's this beep? Along with the PayPal working capital loan. This one was part of an emergency, part of the reason why I'm telling you to never use American Van Lines when you move. About 74% paid off. These guys take 30% of any sale that is done with PayPal. 30%. So between 30% with PayPal and 17% with Shopify, if you go through PayPal, 54% of the sale, wait, no, 30, 40, 47. I don't know why I said 54. 47% of the sale I don't get to see. Then I get you pay for shipping and whatnots and taxes and all the other good stuff. Papa. Papa. He found something to play with. So I did the math, and on an average month, when I make around $6,000, I'm going to be getting back around $2,000 for that month. 2,000. Why do you not have a tea called Liberal Tears? Because Mr. Andrew, I forgot to tell. That's my mistake. I forgot to remind you. You told me to remind you yesterday, and it slipped my mind. I do not have one because I have specific stringent rules for the tea shop. Namely, no IRL stuff. Which is why I don't have a Bricada tea. That's why I don't have a tea based on any of the culture war stuff going on. I do not wish the Dragon's Treasure to be. We'll go with tainted with that stuff. I'd rather keep a certain sense of purity with all this that's going on. So yeah, like I said, I can lose as much as 47%. And then every month after those two working capital loans are paid off, which right now it's looking, if I continue on the same track, end of January is when I expect all these guys to be paid off. And if it was like, let me go back to analytics, year to date. Let's do last month. If it's this much, it'll be closer to $4,000 extra in my bank account for the month. Almost between $3,500 and $4,000. So if I keep doing months like this, just $4,000 in my pocket. By pocket, I mean going back to the business. That's the thing with me. I don't really have. Like I said before, retirement is like a little mini loss. So is any time I have to take a break or a vacation. This is more of a problem than a good thing. These cats. Musashi, stop trying to eat the broom. These cats. Jesus Christ. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Even taking a break in the middle of the day, I view as a bit of a loss. Like I failed in whatever I was doing. Reishi, thank you for joining us. I've not seen you in a while. How you doing? And that is a problem which I need to fix. And honestly, I think I can start trying to fix a lot of these issues once these working capital loans get paid off. Because right now, I'm still, while these loans are in play, I'm still playing a very dangerous game of where every single month I'm cutting it real close to the line. Just every single month. And as some of you may be aware, last month at the beginning, I had an unexpected huge emergency that risked destroying me just on the edge of fucking oblivion, which happens more often than you would think. Mr. Soulzine, are you by chance in the chat? I have how many people? 12 people watching. Fantastic. Probably should have watched it myself because it would have added to the numbers. Whatever. He is aware because I was friends with him IRL before the tea shop, and he was one of the people I would bitch at for my woes of just the things that would happen, the emergencies that would pop up every single week, not month, week, sometimes even daily. And how at the end of the month to pay rent, it was always some kind of a game of what kind of bullshit miracle can I pull off to be able to pay rent and all the other bills that are coming in. Right now for this month, month to date, apply 4-8. We're not as much on track, but we are close to making as much this month as last month, which would be very helpful. So yeah, once the loans have paid off, I can start working on rearranging my life again, which really needs to happen. Because I'm playing it a little bit too aggressively. All work, no play, make Jack a dull boy. Ooh, good news, young ones. It seems like Mr. Ricada will be at some point joining us, which is fantastic. Which means I gotta get these guys back on. Ugh. Okay. And if you read, I think it's still in the description. One of the things I said is after my store became self sustainable, one of the things, Ninja Bread Man, thank you for joining us. T Warlord, I accept that title. One of the things that happened is some of you have watched my previous live streams. Congrats on surviving another year. Is I've mentioned that between 2018 and 2022, before last year, it was just nonstop hell. I mean, it was some of the worst, most miserable moments of my life every single goddamn day. Because I was doing all the tea stuff, I was working for Grubhub, I was doing Airbnb. At some point, I'm going to tell the story of my final Airbnb guest, which made me decide no more of that. That was unpleasant, to say the least. Shoot. Too many messages. And so one of the things that I began to do after December 18th, when all my orders were caught up, was I was able to just take a seat in my reading chair and just breathe. You might think of it as a silly little thing, but some of you, I have some muscle now, sure, but as you can see, there's still a decent amount of it is fat. Before all this, as some of you may know, I used to be a personal trainer. I used to be fit. I used to have something of a six pack. And then at my heaviest, I got all the way up. I got from 200 pounds to 333 pounds was my peak. Because I had no time to work out. I had to change my diet, so it was just on everything that was cheap and available to try and save money. The cheapest food I could find. That's what I had to do. It was not pleasant. My health became awful. My breathing was shallow. I lost all my flexibility, all my strength. Like those entire 40 years was heavily just me walking around in a fog. And in between all that stuff, I was working the YouTube videos. Like Dragon Ball video. Well, yeah, Dragon Ball videos, the Naruto video, the Gurren Lagann video. Yes, this is my sole thing which I am doing. And I am highly impressed with just how much I have been able to get done in this past year. I think I've added like 20 new teas in the past year. Like 20 new teas. The webcomic thing is going, which it's going a lot slower than I expected, but that's not my fault, and I'm not going to blame the artist because she has other clients and is also working full time. I can't expect her to drop everything just for me, so I have no ill will whatsoever towards the artist for any of this stuff. Musashi. My cat is also injured right now. He's got one of those stupid cones on him, and he is running around like a madman. And I got to keep an eye on him. Musashi, want to join us? Come here. Let me show. Come on. Come here, dummy. Come here. Hey. Oh, you dumb cat. Come here. Show everybody how dumb you are. Come here. Nope, I'm going to show off the cone. Come here. Come here. Yeah. This is my cat with the cone of shame. As you can see over here on the side of his head, He had a small little wound on his forehead, which he would not stop scratching no matter what. And thanks to everybody's kind help when I sent out my last newsletter, I was able to make enough money to take him to the vet. I was expecting around $350, only cost me $200 to get him a steroid shot, antibiotic shot, this stupid cone, which honestly is not doing enough because he can still rub his wound, and some stuff to keep cleaning the wound with, and yeah. And I have to constantly keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. And on the other one who keeps attacking him because he sees him as defenseless. Yeah, I'm talking about you, you little shit. Anyway, enough with these cats. Back to the business. So yeah, a lot of this past year, and not even all of it, because I was still trying to do a lot of work because I still had to keep going, and the working capital loans were still going on. It was awful. It was just considerably less awful than the previous 4 years. But I was able to take some time to just breathe, and just getting in some of that air did a lot for my improvement. It was only until last July, after I came back from Anime Midwest up in Illinois, which I began to work out again and get my health back. I'm right now at 288. When I began my workouts, I was at 303. So that's 15 pounds, give or take, that I've lost. It's gone up and down, mostly down, but there's been occasions like last week, which I did something stupid and went back up. And just working out, just seeing my mind think better, have more energy, I can sit longer. It's making me a better Teaman. It's not working out just to gain the big muscles. That's really not my concern. My concern is being healthier. I'm no longer a martial artist, so I'm not training to fight people in a cage. When somebody finally figures out my real name, which again, I'm not really hiding it, just look, you will find my real name. You can find a couple of videos of me fighting on the YouTubes, dating my amateur MMA days when I was 18, which I am 33 now. So it's been a while. It's been a long while. So what else have I accomplished just this year alone? I've been able to work out again. I've done 3 conventions, all in a very short amount of time. So here's my timeline. I got that loan at the end of March. By April 5th, so it was like less than 2 weeks, or it was less than 2 weeks from when I decided, I began moving to Texas. So I had to keep fulfilling people's orders while packing everything up, deciding what I was going to keep, what I was going to throw away, working with the landlords, which I have a weird relationship with them. They are unbelievably strict to the point of absurdity, but they're not doing anything that's pissing me off, which it's nice to have a landlord like that if you're not pissing me off. So good on them. So I moved in April. It took my stuff about a week to get to me. So for a week, I had nothing on me. Welcome to my state. Thank you. It's being better for me than I initially thought. The move did a lot of wonders, not just for saving money, but just my overall mood and health. Like right now in Illinois, they're set to get snow. I have my windows open a little bit. You have no idea how much I like that and how much I just despise the cold. I mean, it's only like in the upper 50s, and that's still too cold. I love the heat. Even the 100-degree weather, I will take that. At worst, it's a mild annoyance. So that's just fine for me. Illinois is just a hellhole. I still have complaints about this state, but the good stuff outshines the bad. You assholes cannot drive with the shit. So yeah, moved in April. Took a week for my stuff to get in, so I had to make up all of those orders. While all this was going on, the Johnny Depp trial was going on as well. And I had a coupon code going for both Mr. Ricada and Miss Legal Bites. So I had 2 coupon codes for 2 lawyers. All of those orders were coming in. I had to fulfill them once all my stuff finally arrived. And again, so for people who are not aware of this story, what the shipping company did was they gave me a estimate of how much the stuff was going to cost, and it was congrats, you grifter. Thank you very much. Send more super chats because I've only had $2 so far. Puh, that is junk. If you want me to get drunk on this, you got to pay up. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So they had me on a contract, which what was I forgot the specific name for this moving contract, but it was basically a binding contract saying, "Hey, this is how much the stuff is going to cost, and we cannot raise the price arbitrarily on you because gas went up or something." So I thought, "Oh, cool, fantastic." So what they did when it came time to pick up all the big stuff, they had me estimate how many things they were going to need to carry to the van. I gave them an estimate like 50 something stuff. I had 20 boxes and 30 random whatever. It's like the television, I couldn't put that in the box, the couch, on and on. And so what they did, and this is evil. And if I had, fuck you money, I would have sued the shit out of them. Is let's say I had a lamp. There was the lamp, and there was the cover to the lamp. The lamp was one item. The cover was another item. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually switch over here to live view. No active cart. Shame on all of you. And so suddenly my items blew up. 1 active cart. Fantastic. Thank you, Florida and what is that, Nevada? Not sure. So I ended up having somehow 80 items, even though I had nowhere near as many items. Because again, every single piece of a single item, they will count it as one thing. So if you've been to me at tea conventions, the little spinning thing I have, that single thing ended up being 6 items just by itself. Yep. This shouldn't really count, but I'm going to count it anyway. We just had a sale, but it was part of the subscription sales. I'm going to open a new link. We are up from 212 to 227. Hooray. So that's, what was it, $14 in some cents. I'm going to count shipping because I don't want to do all of that math. So shipping will count as well. Coupon code for those more holders is active. Again, 5% goes back to Mr. Ricada. What was your initial investment to get into the tea business? My initial investment was $2,000, which was all that I had. All that I had. I was left with nothing after that. It's one hell of a risk. It's not a risk I recommend the average person to have. But again, if you're not aware, Dan Ye, I actually began this business back in 2010. And when I began this business, I had the 20-year-old mindset of, with the power of love and hard work, I'm gonna get all this shit done. Spoiler alert, you need more than just love and hard work to get shit done. You also need to know some stuff. You need to be able to do stuff. I didn't even have a website in 2010. I just thought I would figure it out. It didn't work like that. What's this email? Oh. Yeah. Again, one of the downsides of business, especially a business like this, you have to always be looking at every single little thing. If somebody sends me a message on the website, I need to be on it. If I get an email saying something's wrong with an order, I need to be on it every single time. You eventually get used to it. Honestly, I'll be honest. You get used to it. What was I saying? Well, yeah. So the shipping company, after they picked up all the stuff and was shipping it over to Texas, charged me over $900 extra, like $945, I think it was extra on top of what I already paid them. I did not have $900 extra. I had nothing dollars extra. I have never in my life. Well, no, actually, that's not true. There was one moment where different story. I have almost never in my life yelled at a customer service person on the other line like I did when I called them to see what the hell was going on. I was mad. I was very, very mad. And there was nothing I could do. If I could not bring up it was Thursday when I got the email about this, and it was Friday because it was Thursday at like 4 something PM, like 4:45 PM that I got this email. So Friday I had to call them and be like, "What the hell is up?" They said, "Yeah, so your stuff is arriving tomorrow. And if you can't pay us the 900 some dollars by tomorrow, not by tomorrow, by the end of today, the 900 some dollars that you do not have, then they're going to take your stuff to a storage space. And that's going to cost you $1,800 on top of that, along with recurring charges every single day that you can't pay it off." So that's why I kept telling the person they can go fuck themselves. Literally, I'm not, oh, I would have said this. There was a lot of fuck yous dropped in all this. And I did a good job with Secrets of the Songs, Chris. It's soothing. I wasn't even a shill. Just checking up on my cat. But yeah, that's how much they tried to screw me. I was still considered asking as well. I have two chats open right now, and I keep looking at the wrong one. Teaman, I was still considered asking as to whether you can take. I would love to take some legal action, but I don't have the money for that or the time. Barely have the energy for that. I'm sure there's some bullshit in the contract that lays it out that says nothing I can do about it. What's even better is after they loaded stuff up, they had a new estimation of how much the stuff was going to weigh on the truck. Because when I went over the stuff I had, they had an initial estimation of the weight of everything. And then when they made it go up to 80 some items, it went to a whole new weight. And when they weighed it, it was even less than they initially expected. They were trying to tell me that to make me feel good somehow. Were they going to lower the price? No. No, they were not. Those companies screw everyone. You'd need evidence. Well, like I said, I don't have the money to be able to pay for something like that, for a lawsuit of that magnitude. But American Van Lines, never use them, ever. Yeah. Okay, everything's looking good. So yeah, so moved in April. That's when I had to get my PayPal loan. I was able to get the money in time, pulling off. Again, these events, this one was massive, $900, but things like this would be happening on a near daily basis with me, having to figure out what kind of bullshit am I going to pull to be able to pay for either my stupidity or somebody else's malice. More so other people's malice than my own stupidity. Granted, I've done many, many, many stupid things, but the malice, ooh, so much malice. Teaman may need the lawman to sue somebody. Well, if Mr. Ricada, if he is on right now, can get on, that'd be fantastic. I can bitch to him about it, see what he thinks. I mean, I did sign something on the day they were packing the stuff up, but one, I was completely exhausted. We've been out for an hour. I'm not used to talking this long. How do those other people do it? I was physically, mentally, emotionally drained. They had already packed up most of my stuff before they gave me the paperwork to sign. No, I didn't. It was like 20 different things I had to sign. I was not going to read every single little thing. Sign here, sign here, sign there, sign there. Here's another piece of paper. Just on and on and on and on. I was trying to get the stuff done because my plan was once everything was packed up, I would put my cats in the car and drive on off. That was an experience in and of itself because the cats do not like driving in the car. Isn't it right, Musashi? Oh, you're so fat. So I arrived in April dealing with everybody's orders. So while I had to fulfill everybody's orders for the 2 coupon codes I had for the 2 lawyers going on for the Johnny Depp trial, I was also trying to get ready for the Midwest Tea Fest, which was up in Missouri. Right? Yes, Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri. And that was also that was intense. Again, I had no time to take these breaks. I needed the money, which when I got my I think it was, hold on. Let me double check that. Woo! Got 7 visitors right now. Buy more tea. January 1st. No, this one. When did this one begin? Details and agreement. Does it tell me? So originally it was 4,000. That's how much I got to pay back. $520. This is actually low. That's the benefit of a working capital loan, since they have a somewhat guaranteed amount they're going to get back every time. They keep the interest low, which is why they work so well for me. But does this say when I began it? It does not. Yeah, I'm not reading all this shit. Bah. I'm fairly certain. Maybe not. I can't remember. So I had to spend all the money I had and then some to stock up for the Midwest Tea Fest. So I went there, had a really good Midwest Tea Fest, was fantastic. Got back, then I had to get ready for July. So for May, then I had June, then in the beginning of July, had to drive all the way up to Illinois for the Anime Midwest. That was I didn't hit my initial goal, but I still made money, but I did not do as good as I hoped. And it was also the first time in 7 years that somebody stole something from me. They stole 2 things. They stole one of my infusers and a tea. Brother screwed by 3 different shipping companies. Man, these companies are they're disgusting. They gotta stop with this shit. So I had to get ready for the Anime Midwest, which was 15,000 people allegedly. And then after that, at the end of the month, was Anime Matsuri, which again I did better than last year, but not as good as I hoped. I had more for this year of Matsuri. I had more individual sales overall, but each sale was less in cost. Hi. Look at this cat. Oh, can't see him. So I had, again, moving, waiting for the stuff, Johnny Depp trial, Midwest Tea Fest, Anime Midwest, Anime Matsuri, and then with August came my 7th year anniversary. So I had to stock up for that and do all the stuff for that. Oh, it has been just a nonstop roller coaster of adventure and emotion. And once I can pay off this funding with the working capital loan, as well as we'll talk about this. This is my revenue for YouTube. Along with this, I only have 1,500 basically left with this one. It was nice meeting you at Ame Matsuri. Oh, thank you, Danielle. There's no way I'll remember who you were because, lots of females pass by. But it's always nice when I can talk with fans. What was that with that? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, once these guys are paid off, my plan basically is for the next Not August, what am I saying? November, December, January for the next 3 months to just lay low. Don't make any big purchases, just restock. In fact, keep the restocking to a minimum. Don't do any big restocks. Pay off the loans. I was saying, oh yes, I was speaking with you, I think, on Discord. Hang out with Legal Mindset. So just keep my head down nice and low, pay off the stuff, and when I can pay off the loans and I can start making between $2,000 and $4,000 extra a month, I can take some time to just relax one more time and breathe. And after that time, I'm going to reassess where I am, where the business is, and all the stuff I want to get done. Hold on a second. So you guys can see this little fatty here. There you go. Now you can't see his face. But since he can't scratch his face, I gotta do it for him. While also making sure I don't scratch a little wound. He likes to do this little nibble thing with me. Look at that. Look at how cute he is. And this is his spot right here. I do this. If I do it enough, he begins to shut down. What are you gonna do? I found your spot. Yeah, whatever. This is now a cat stream, but enough of that. Back up to me. Breathing is overrated. How dare you? Breathing is a thing that we do. We don't do enough of it. And after I have my time to sit down and breathe, I can reevaluate how exactly I want to go forward everything. But I'm a dog person. That's what I think of you dog people. You guys want to talk about pit bulls? No, let's just avoid that. Pitbull has become like the thing to derail any conversation going on. What we got here 9 visitors. 2 of you are checking out. Good. Buy some tea. Remember, every $100, I take a shot. There's a bit of a habit. Broncos enter the chat. There's a bit of a, not a habit, a pattern that I've noticed with myself. That is, when I make an assumption that when good event X happens, that I will be on this level of good things happening from it, I always underplay it, and it's always much better. At the same time, if I assume bad thing happens and it's going to be, bad thing over here, I am wrong, and bad thing is much worse than I initially expected. And so right now, I'm having lots of good things happen. Once you Texas-based, you can hook up with my brother. He goes to all the good cons. Oh, since you Texas-based. Yeah, possibly. I'm down in Stafford, which is just southwest of Houston. I specifically tried to avoid Harris County, but I ended up being like this tiny sliver of Stafford that's still in Harris County, and I hate it. My plan is to move to Sugarland, which is further down southwest. Sugarland has an enormous Asian population, and they have a lot of tea shops around, but they're mostly boba tea and things of that nature. So my tea shop is going to be, ironically enough, more Asian than any of the other Asian places around here. It's kind of what you think about, but well, it's not my fault they sold out, I guess you can say. I've been to Staff before. I had a friend that lived there. It's I don't want to be here. I'm not gonna say it's horrible, but it's not good. That's my next major purchase, getting a home, specifically because I have grown so much, even now with the working capital loans, that the size of my apartment is keeping me from growing any further. There is other things that I wish to do. I wish to begin working on other things like making incense, the bath salts, and all the other things. My plan is to open up the dragonsapothecary.com. Maybe. I'm still deciding on a name for that, but I'm in an adjacent county. Hello, Danielle. Thank you for being part of an adjacent county. What was I thinking just now? Which one? Fort Bend? Are you trying to be a home business? No, I still want a physical store. Brick and mortar is whole. I also recommend against it. I still plan to do a brick and mortar store. I just plan to have my brick and mortar store be different than other ones. 261. So originally we were 212, 261. So at about almost $40 up. Still not enough to get me taking a shot. Brazoria, I'm still not familiar. Art the Clown came from Brackets Locals. Did he post about it? Because he said he was going to pop on in a bit. That was at 5:30. So that was almost 40 minutes ago. Hopefully he hasn't forgotten about little Teaman. Okay, so that is all good. Just checking out the behind the scenes stuff, making sure everything's still running smoothly. What was I saying? What were we talking about? I already forgot. That's right, brick and mortar store. I plan mine to be a little bit different than other people's. And I also just want a different place. Oh, another sale. Why is it not coming up here? Go back here. $2.98. We're getting there. We're now $14 away from me taking another shot. His wife is making him grab a drink on his way. Fantastic. Hopefully it's a drink of tea. 2 purchase. There we go. We're getting there, folks. Almost 2 in the next shot. Mall shop first. What is that? Mall shop first, transition later. Temp leasing at malls. No, not malls. My store, I plan it to be kind of big and massive. There's too much to go into what I plan and why I plan it. It's one of those things where if I begin talking about it, it's going to sound stupid and it's going to sound like I have no idea what I'm doing. But if I am able to go into detail, then it'll make more sense. But those details will take a few hours in and of themselves. I mean, when I launched the store, when I talked about my anime themed tea shop, all the people, including Analog Grift, if you're still in the chat, you little shit, said, "This is a stupid idea. Don't do it." My reply to them was, "I know where you're coming from. I understand. However, just trust me on this." Speakeasy tea store. Speak teasy. Puh. Yeah, Analog Grift. Pop you up right here. Show on stream. This is him. This is the man. This is the man who in real life was all like, "No, you're a loser. You can't do it. Nobody likes you, Teaman." I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. Holy sh... Okay. So begin at 212, 3, 4, 5, 12. So that's 3 shots. 3 shots. All right. Musashi, I know you're comfy, buddy, but you got to move. Look at this fatty. Don't scratch yourself. Whew. But I'll be fair. I understood what Analog Drift and everybody else was coming from because making sure the camera can see it. I'm pouring too much for the shot, but I'm fat, so one. Kanpai. Why do people drink this stuff? Nick Placate, get on stream so I can yell at you for your bad life decisions. Ugh. How do I help get him drunk? Thaddeus, look at the bottom. It tells you what you can do. Super chats or sales on my store. Analog Drift can attest. I'm not hyping anything up for the cameras. Enjoy the shots. Tank Rat, I see you, you little shit. Thank you. Awful. Why do you people ingest this stuff? So that makes 4 shots so far today. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Thanks for the money. 11 items. What did you get? Let me see what you got. Ha! Now I know your name and where you live. I'm gonna dox you. No. People forget that I'm actually an actual businessman. This is not a grift, as the kids like to say. This is my actual passion. Teaman, you need to find one you enjoy. I don't. What did Matt say? Probably need better booze. Yeah, it's been tried. I've tried many different kinds. Oh wait, are you no, this is new. I don't understand. Tankred, what kind of game you playing here? I don't understand what this currency is. Mail. Oh, that's why. Oh, whatever. Oh, what items were they again? Jupiter, Mad Heather, cherry. Oh, 100 grams. Strawberry white, white peach, Aries. Ooh, woo. 2 Iroh, Princess Peach, and Elixir of the Gods. Okay. Whew. Yeah, tomorrow. See, even get me so drunk that I'm gonna hate tomorrow because I gotta begin orders tomorrow, which is a little bit earlier than I usually do. Ooh, 24. Good. 24 people watching me take these god awful shots. We got 3 people. Well, 3 checking out, 3 purchase. So right now we don't have anybody else. Well, we might. Because this is based on the past 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, one of these might have dropped off and one of these might have been added. So it's not a completely honest thing. But I mostly keep track of this number right here. Then we can switch back and forth. What was I saying before I had to take those 3 god awful shots? Can anybody remind me? Oh yeah, I don't blame Mr. Analog Drift and my other friends for doubting my idea, because even I initially said this was a dumb idea. Because I was speaking with one of my teachers / consultants, and we were talking about ideas for the tea shop. This was back in early 2015, and anime theme was one of the ideas. This was back in like early July, late June. Hot photo of my sister. Oh man, we finally got the porn bots. Fantastic. Report. Unwanted pornography. Report. Good. And let's go ahead and block this person. Go to channel, report, remove. Hide user on this channel. There we go. Like hot photo my sister. Jesus Christ. Does that stuff actually work? Like, does anybody go, wow, a photo of your sister? I totally believe that. So now I was going over the ideas with my consultant about how I wanted the tea shop to go. Oh, well, look who it is. Banning people gay. Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing. Oh, and we are joined by the man himself, Mr. Rick Nikita of Nikita Law. How are you doing today, young man?
I was fine, so you just mispronounced my name.
I did no so I have taken 4 shots. I get loopy.
Pretty good, buddy. How are you?
Oh, fantastic now it's you on, because everywhere you go, the money follows.
Oh, I see. I'm just
Oh, also, you're like a nice person or something along those lines.
I don't know.
I
I think
care
I
about
heard
that.
the truth. I don't know.
4 shots in, I need 11 more shots to start being honest. Um, so how you doing today, young man?
Good, dude. How are you, man? How's it going? How's your stream going?
Well, I'm up to $551, so it's going pretty good so far.
Nice.
Yep, we've been talking about the past year, how the business has gone, and the previous 4 years before all that, and just how 2018 to 2012 was just a living hellhole of nothing but awful things, just one thing after another. Then in 2020, you gave me a little bit of a reprieve with your initial shout out with the initial coupon code. But then 2022, I don't know if you've ever actually seen the numbers. Let me go back to my analytics page. Not this one. Get out of here. Not this one either. Analytics. Boom. Let's go all the way back. November 2020, 21. 2020, 21. It's only 4 shots. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. You're a lightweight.
Well, I don't drink. I don't know if you saw my face when I took those initial shots, but I am not a fan of alcohol.
Oh, well, this could get really interesting really fast then, I guess.
All right, so as you can see, the previous day leading up to the stuff, $39 here, 84 here, was that 17? No, 71, 144, nothing really too special, 44 here, $11, $19. This is not looking good for Teaman. It's been a bad month. $28. Oh, 2.7K.
There you go.
$2,700 in a single day. And then the biggest day was $3,600.
Man. And this is all during Rittenhouse, of course.
Yes. With the legendary 4 Doors Motor Horse coupon code, which is live, by the way. And as usual, Mr. Nick does get 5%, maybe even more if I get more sales of the money back. And he can attest, I do give him the money. I don't just hang on to it.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to say that.
You know what? oh, I see. No, I keep it all. IRS, I fleece him. But yeah, so this, along with at the time I had Etsy opened, I made over $17,000 in that month, and I was not prepared at all. I initially did not want to do the coupon code because I felt the stream that you were doing was too important for having some kind of a troll, semi-troll coupon code, and I felt like it was not a time to be doing the grift.
It's always a time to do the grift, though. I hope you've learned that now.
I think a little bit different than you lawyers. So for me, there's a bit more of a soul in the things that I do.
Oh, I see how it is. Goodness gracious. I come on the stream to be berated and attacked violently and viciously.
Well, excuse me, Mr. I just do it all for the money, Mr. Grifter. Oh yeah, there's something which we were talking about in chat earlier, which I want to get your opinion on.
Yeah, what's up?
Might as well just jump into that. So I was telling the story of the next few months after 2022. Yeah, 2022 began, and my move and the painful hell that he put me through. So in my move, they told me that I told them the stuff I was going to have. Oh, wait a second. Super chat. Somebody actually does care. From Britt Cormier. If you ain't grifting, you ain't trying. Well, I'm trying. I'm a little bit suspect. I have Mr. Nick Ricada. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have a small channel on so I can help boost his numbers.
Yep, I need him.
He's a fun little guy. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So in the move, what they did was I told them the stuff I had around how heavy I thought it was, around the weight, which I estimated, etc. And they gave me a price. And they said, this is the price that you will be paying. I forgot the specific name of this contract, but it was supposed to be locked in. If I had around the right amount of items, which I had. What they did when they came to pick everything up is, let's say I had a lamp. The lamp was item number 1. The top of the lamp, the what do you call those things?
The lampshade?
Yeah, the lampshade was item number 2.
Okay.
And they did this with every single little thing. So my 50 some items became 80 some items.
Oh.
And so somewhere in the contract, I guess it says if I go over too much with the items, they get to change the price to basically whatever they wish.
I see.
And they didn't tell me this until Thursday in the late evening when they were about to close, and my stuff was coming in Saturday. And I had to pay over $900 extra to get my stuff. And if I did not pay that by the end of Friday, they will put my stuff in a storage locker that would cost $1,800 on top of that.
Yeah.
With money every single day following that.
I love representing landlords.
Well, in this case,
so
it was a moving
fun.
company, so.
Well, anybody who's holding property, though, they get all this crazy shit they can do to you.
And, I even tried the whole negotiation thing. Like, you guys spraying this up on me kind of last minute. Is there like a payment plan I can do? Like, I'll still pay the whole damn thing. Just, can you give me extra time? No. It's one of the few times, it was only the second time ever in which I began to swear and yell and cuss at the person on the other line. Because she obviously had no sympathy. Because she probably gets, it sounds like this company does this a lot. American Van Lines, I'm calling them out specifically by name. Let them die.
Clearly, you've never had to talk to the Geek Squad at Best Buy.
No, I haven't, because I usually know what I'm doing.
You would have definitely been swearing at them. Oh, it doesn't matter if you know what you're doing. Sometimes it's just about that TV that they said that they would deliver to your house in 2 days and just doesn't arrive for like a week.
Oh boy. So yeah, if let's say they took my stuff, would there be any type of legal action I could do? Because I did end up signing some documents, but it was when most of the stuff in my apartment was already on the truck back in Illinois. That's when they gave me the final contract stuff to sign. And it was like 20 different sheets, which I just sign. And somewhere in there was the new price.
Mm-hmm.
Would I basically be fucked? Would there be any kind of legal?
If you signed it? Sometimes like changes of terms like that need to be initialed. It kind of depends on state contract law and how it's been dealt with in the court. And if they're trying to bury that somewhere in just some fine print, or usually it has to be open and conspicuous. And most contracts are drafted where the price is going to be pretty prominently displayed, or at least the terms of the prices. So
yeah, that's basically what I told people. Like, even if I had to fuck you money to do a whole lawsuit on this thing, I don't think I could win, because I'm sure they've had lawyers go through all the fine print to make sure that they can get away with stuff like this. So on a legal basis, I guess they're cleared. On a moral basis, you know what you're doing, you shady little shits.
Yep.
So let's go.
Unfortunately, it's not our job to be moral. It is our job to be legal and ethical, but sometimes people don't agree with the outcomes.
Checking up on you. Oops, 698, which means, oh.
By the way, Real Lady Rackets does say hi. She says hi.
Bring her onto the stream. Bring in more people. She brings in money too.
I don't think she's gonna come on the stream. she's pretty comfortable right now.
So right now I'm drinking this $100 bottle of Takemine whiskey, 8 year.
Oh, okay. You got some weeb whiskey.
Weed whiskey, is that what it is?
Weeb.
Oh, weeb with a B.
Yes.
I said with a D. Like weed whiskey. I am inexperienced with all of these matters. So this is shot number 5 now?
Oh yeah, because you're almost to another one too, aren't you?
Yeah, I am just what was it? 10, 11, 12, $14 away from next shot.
14. Why does?
We
Oh,
started at $212 before the stream began, so it's adding $100
okay.
after that.
Gotcha. You don't drink whiskey very often, you said.
I don't drink at all.
So you've had 5 shots now?
Yeah. When I drink, it's usually to either commemorate or celebrate somebody's death. And I've said this before, I'm not going to go into details about whose death would I be celebrating. I can just say that it has happened. But usually, because people know my dislike for alcohol, so there's been people very close to me in my life who wish to go drinking with me someday, but never got the chance because, well, they died. And they died within 2 days of each other. Well, 2 anniversary days, not the same year. And so September 9th, 10th, and 11th is kind of like a mourning period to remember them. And so I take shots in their honor because I know they would have loved to go drinking with me. So that's one of the only times I'm willing to put that disgusting filth in my mouth.
I have so many jokes about putting disgusting filth in my mouth, but I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to ask you a question that I don't think I've ever asked you.
Go ahead.
Where's your accent from, man?
Originally, I was born in a little country called Bulgaria. However, this accent here is like my own weird little mishmash of God only knows what. I've known people who've taken classes on like studying linguistics and where accents come from. And they look at me and they say, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you.
Well, I mean, we all look at you and say that, but Bulgaria is where you're from.
Yes. $50 from Hunch the Dirty Roofer. Hunch the Dirty Roofer. Wait, this is a drinkathon. Well, here's to liver damage and bad decisions. Now drink. And drink I shall. I also missed 2 other super chats.
Yeah, you did.
$5, Bobby Lane. In fact, here's a grift money for being in the grift sphere. Oh, that's something which I'm going to get into with you, Mr. Bricada. I want to have a nice little conversation, not just grift. Dragon's Treasure, thanks for the lulls on all the streams. I try and do what I can. It's a bit of a...
What conversation do you need to have with me? What did I do?
Oh, not a bad one. I'm trying to have a good one, like a happy one. You know, something you're not used to.
Oh, okay. I'm happy all the time. What are you talking about?
I mean one that's not filled with like drama and conflict and other things of that nature.
Okay, I mean, I guess if you insist, we can do one without drama.
I want to try and keep things nice. Well, we'll see how many shots I take. Maybe things will take a turn for the worse. But I think it'll be fine. Up 7:27. Time for another shot.
This is gonna go terribly. Hey guys out there in the chat, if you have not ordered tea from this man, if you have not taken it upon yourself to get a little bit of that leafy goodness sprinkled in a beautiful green sack and shipped to your house, you got to do it. It's great. It's fantastic. This is the tea for me, which means it's probably at least adequate for you. But I would suggest very humbly that this guy has the best tea I've ever encountered. And that includes, quite a sampling of across many different types of teas, many different locations, many different levels of seriousness and severity. And I really haven't found anything like it. It's wonderful stuff. And if you've not tried it, you got to give it a shot. You really do. You owe it to yourself if you like tea at all. Plus, he's got a whole shitload of accessories to make your tea making experience a little bit easier, a little bit better. Because one of the things I like about you, which I haven't said in a long time, is you put very clear instructions for the specific tea on the bag itself. Because most people are like, oh, Lipton, I just throw this shitty bag in a cup and then I pour boiling water over it. And then, I don't know, eventually it's done. I douse it with sugar to make myself feel better. And I probably pour a bunch of milk in to make it, bearable. But With your tea, it's like, no. You got to get the water to 180 and then you pour it in there and then you cover it for 3 minutes. And then you pull it out and you got to have a little tea ball or whatever to diffuse it in, I guess. But when you do it right, it tastes delicious and it's wonderful and it's unique. And if people don't know, like if you try and pour too much water on it, you can scorch the tea leaves. You can do all sorts of stuff to make the taste bitter or acidic or whatever, and it'll ruin the experience. But if you brew it just right, man, it's good. And you don't need sugar. You don't need anything because it's just good tea. So, and this guy will tell you exactly how to do it on every freaking bag, man.
Yes, because one of the things I keep telling people is I am a tea man first, businessman comes second. It's one of the aspects of the things that I do that I don't feel that most people can really understand. And it's kind of depressing on my end, which kind of ties into what I want to talk with you about is we get another sale just now. I heard beeps. Grahita Law joining Dragon's Flesh. No, this is just a very late whatever. Oh, 806. Oh, we're close. We are close. We are now just $6 away from taking another goddamn shot.
$6. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get this man destroyed, and then I'm gonna abandon the stream, and it'll be even funnier.
You don't want to do that. Don't leave me alone with these people.
I'm gonna have to soon. Not like in a little bit because I gotta go pick up dinner for the family.
I got you. So something which people don't seem to really understand nowadays is that we make the jokes about this being a grift and whatnot, but I'm not doing this to just make money and leave it at that. The money is more of a means than an end goal. And the way I said earlier on the stream is that when I retire, I'm going to view that more as a bit of a loss. Like I just lost something. I mean, hell, even in my day-to-day tea work, when I have to take a break, a 5-minute break, I feel like I kind of failed at something. People don't seem to understand that there does need to be a certain type of love for the thing that you do. And you can't just be doing it for the good old finances.
No, that's 100% true. That's why lately I've been spending so much time on my locals live chats when I'm not streaming because, like, one, I just like it. I like this community of ridiculously horrible degenerates. But two, like the talking to people is my business, and I get to do it with the funniest people on the internet. And so that's the greatest part of it. So I try to spend a whole bunch of time in locals or wherever, which is why I'm glad I found that, because before it was like, well, how do I connect with the community? And you never really know how. So it kind of felt like, you come in, you do the show and you walk away, or you just do a whole bunch more shows. Well, now, like I'm engaged with it so much of the day, and I think that's a benefit. I really enjoy it. But it's not about the money. I mean, the money's nice, but it's not about that. It's really what you're saying. It's about what you actually want to do and enjoy doing. And for me, man, this is what I like.
Yeah, for my tea
And
shop,
you're over here blending teas all day. You're like sitting. What the hell is this, by the way? How does this even work? Can you walk me through the process of blending teas? You get like leaves, you crumple them up like it's fall, and you're like a kid. What do you do?
One moment. Ugh.
Oh, I made a mistake. I made a terrible mistake. I've asked too many questions. We are going too deep, ladies and gentlemen. We're going too deep. Hey, psst, guys, if anybody does any order, it'll be more than $6 and you'll have to take another shot. Don't tell him. Don't tell him I sent you.
True. So let's say I get myself an idea for a new type of tea.
Yeah.
Whatever. So this is my rose whipped tea, but what I do is I get one of these little bowls here.
Okay.
I grab a specific type of tea. This one's already a mix, but let's say I just grab my green tea or a jasmine green tea, throw it in here. I find other ingredients like lavender, the lemon. What ingredients do I have that I have not actually put into a tea yet? I know I have a few.
Should we make a new tea right now?
Right? No, it takes time actually, because I also
I
have.
see. You don't think I can do it?
No. What I mean is, depending on the tea, I also have stuff like flavorings and whatnot, like this. This is one I have not used yet because I don't know yet a good way to use it. A kiwi strawberry flavoring.
Wait, so that's just a liquid?
Yes.
So how do you incorporate a liquid into your teas? Do you just soak the leaves in it or something?
You have to know how much to use. You also have to leave it in for about 24 to 48 hours to let the scents and whatnot kind of sink in.
Sure.
There's also there's a very tiny amount of alcohol to help make everything evaporate. And so what I do is I grab the base of something, like let's say my white tea, add in, let's say if I want to use the kiwi strawberry, what would go good with that? Orange peels. I got me some orange peels I could throw in here. And I have to weigh it as well, so I know about how much I'm using. When I'm mixing new teas, I usually use a 10-gram increments because it's just easier to work with that way. And then I have to look at the flavor. I have to decide how much to use. Some flavors, what's a good example? Like my key lime flavorings, which I use in, what was the new tea? Pirate rum. That's one of the teas which I use as key lime. Ooh, the drink's coming back up. That one does not take as.
Did you see? You got another sale.
And at this point, I have enough super chats, so I got to take 2 shots because it's $100 per sale and it's also $100 per super chat. So I got to take 2 shots now. 1. And I got to look at chat more often. How much is too much tea to drink in a day? If you vomit, you've taken too much, I guess.
Oh, you're doing 2 of these?
Yes.
You know, like, whiskey is not made for this.
Hi.
At least you're drinking a small amount at a time.
I'm the Teaman. I do incredibly dumb shit in my real life.
What are you drinking that out of?
One of these little sake cup things.
Okay, that looks like it might be a half shot or something.
No, I have another. It's basically a shot glass. It's the same amount of liquid.
I'll believe you, I suppose.
Oi. And so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like the key lime does not take as much drops because it's a heavier flavoring as opposed to vanilla, which takes like 1,000 little drops to finally get the fucking vanilla flavoring out of. God, it's so annoying. And this one I haven't tested, but let me see. Judging from the smell and the coloring, probably about in between of what those two are. So the key lime takes like 4 to 5 shots, and vanilla takes like 10. This one probably about 7 or 8. And there's a thing about, do I have one of the books here? I do. Right now my laptop is propped up on a bunch of books to keep the camera up, and I can actually pull out one of these to showcase that when it comes to mixing teas, it's not all about feeling. Oh, what did I just do?
Whoa. Your camera's doing all, like,
there we go.
Zooming in and out.
So here's one of the books I have, Tea Sommelier, which has, let's see if I can find the page. Come on, you.
Don't tell me what to do.
Not you, the book. Yeah. All right, too much dead here. But in this book and one of the other ones, there's like a whole little wheel. In fact, keep people entertained. I'm going to grab a couple of more books.
Listen, I'm now a monkey to dance for your enjoyment. What do you want, chat? I'm watching you. I'm watching you on Locals. I'm watching you here on YouTube. What do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? He's going to go grab books. I don't know what I've started. I apologize. I apologize very much. I'm very sorry. Elijah, no! Shit.
So when people in my Discord, which by the way, my Discord has rules, it's not an explicated Discord. But if you come by there and occasionally I'll say stuff like, hey, I'm busy, or I'm going to be going to my study. I say that because I'm actually going to study. So we have various books like The Flavor Thesaurus right over here, which gives you a nice little guide of just various ways flavors can mix in surprising ways. For example, for whatever reason, strawberries and mushrooms work well together. I've never actually tried it myself, but that's what the book says. Got a nice little tea dictionary, 20,000 secrets of tea.
There's 20,000 secrets of tea?
Probably more. The flavor matrix, the flavor Bible. I'm not even. You
This
get the
is
idea.
way too much work for me.
So when it comes
I'd
to
just
this,
be like, leaves, bitch.
no, it takes
That's
actual
how-
work, actual study. You have to know what you're fucking doing.
I don't believe you. Never once have I seen a single Asian person reading a book. So that's not true.
They don't need to read the Asian. They meditate, and the age immortals bring the answers to them. I'm not at that level yet, but I'm getting there. You know what's fun about all this is most people don't know about anything I do outside of the tea stuff. The tea stuff is like, at best, ranked third in things which I know and can do well. So it's not even like the main thing I'm good at. But there's a lot of personal things that go into the tea. For example, there was a period in my life when I was a young teenager in which,
Like if you say blood, sweat, and tears goes into your tea, I'm going to stop buying it.
I actually have a shirt that says blood, sweat, and tea.
There you go.
So there was a period in my life when I was a young teenager in which things were going so bad for me, and I have given up so much on life that my health began failing and my organs began to shut down because I was that level of emo where that's how much of life I have had enough of. And there was a nice little lady that helped incidentally pull me out of that. And she was the one who introduced me to tea. She began to work at a tea store, and I began to go to the tea store to visit her. But when I drank the tea, I eventually began going to drink the tea. Because it is just when you find the good stuff, it's good. People usually only have the store-bought stuff and don't realize that what they are drinking
Bam,
the
another
leftover
shot.
shavings.
Get wrecked.
What happened?
You got another shot.
What they're drinking is like just leftover stuff. So me and this person, her name was Crystal. She's actually memorized in one of my teas, Crystal's Genmaicha, it's called on the website. The reason I called that one is because Genmaicha was the very first tea that she had me try at the store. And it was the very first tea which made me go, oh, this is tea. That other stuff was flavored water. This is what tea is. Interesting. You know, things happen between us involving people telling very evil, malicious lies, and we kind of not lost contact, but we had a bit of a separation.
Mhm.
And it was trying to think of a good way to say this. Because when most people say there was a complicated relationship, it's usually not complicated at all. It's actually really basic. They're just all idiots. But in this case, it actually was a complicated relationship.
Did you just sit and play that song by Avril Lavigne over and over?
No.
I'm just sitting there crying.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? Okay, help me out. So someone asked me what mine and Lady Racket's favorite tea is. Stark Samurai. I can't remember. I can never remember the name of the one I like the most.
Oh, this reminds me, motherfucker. Something I yell at you about because you keep fucking up on this, and it's starting to drive me insane. Every time you
calling it
say the
Emperor's Delight.
goddamn name of my tea store, it's a haven for anime and tea lovers. You keep saying a haven for tea and anime lovers. You ruined the entire flow. Do you have any idea how much time I spent thinking about that name? You little shit. I made you. Do not forget it. Do not ever insult me like that again. Is it time for another
I'm going to
shot?
say it.
No.
I'm going to say it so many more times. Tea and anime lovers. A haven for tea and anime lovers. Because you sell tea, you don't sell anime. Lead with the tea, my friend.
I know where your P.O. box
Just
lives.
like a hot woman. Lead with the tea, baby. Do it. What's it called? What's the one I like though? It's the
gods.
Elixir of the Gods. Why do I always go to the Chinese food, Emperor's Delight? Why do I go there every time?
I have no idea. I mean, I have a tea. Actually, no, it's no longer called that. So I don't know. I don't have a tea that's called something Delight. So
yeah,
I don't have a tea with Emperor in the name. I don't have a tea with Delight in the name. So I don't know. That's a you problem.
Yeah, well, most things are.
And you also like the tea that'll pierce the heavens.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I do very much.
Yeah. But oh yes, so going back to Crystal, so a lot of things happened between me and her. We kind of had a little separation thing, but it was not. It was a separation neither of us wanted to have, and it was based on lies told by somebody else. I'm not going to go into all the details. Just know that if the person who told the lies ever died, that'll be a time in which I drink to celebrate. And I would pay money to be the one who actually does it. That's not the whiskey talking. That's me talking. Because that's how much I want this person to suffer by my hand. Yeah, Teaman can be violent.
You're on YouTube.
And
just a subtle reminder. As someone who knows a bit about saying things on YouTube, you're on YouTube. Let's just be happy that this person may be suffering somewhere.
All I'm saying is, if you by some chance see this, just know, when my business gets big enough and I can hire those Coca-Cola death squads, I still know your name. Anyway, so in 2012,
what are you, Eric Clapton?
In 2012, she ended up taking her own life, and it was especially depressing for me because one of the last things she wanted to do before she did that, she told her mom, is that she wanted to call me again. And I don't know what happened, but she did try to call me again on that day. But the phone call, for some reason, never made it to my phone, even though it showed up on hers. And as far as I know, that was the last thing that she tried to do before she took her life. And it was a weird next couple of months for me.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those things where I told myself that, things would, things were over between us anyway, so it doesn't matter. And so I kept trying to bullshit myself with that. But there was that sinking feeling in my guts in the back of my head that said, you are lying, and nothing I did could silence that voice. I spoke with her mom several times over. She helped confirm for me several things which I had suspected, and just made everything considerably worse. And for me, this tea shop, this path in my life, which I'm currently taking, would never have been possible if not for her. And so, in a strange way, this tea shop, I feel a connection with her with this, because she helped in a lot of ways make this happen. So, a fun little reminder for any of the social justice folks who want to attack my store because of something I say. I'm trying more and more nowadays to separate the Teaman from the Dragon's Treasure, because I want the idea of the dragon's treasure to be something separated from who I am. I want it to be like a standalone thing. So if I ever die, everyone can look at the dragon's treasure and know what the dragon's treasure is. And whoever takes over after that, they just follow along the footsteps I have already laid out for the store. And so if you want to try and cancel me over that, I also view it as an attack on the person who I loved most, more than anybody. So I mean this with all sincerity. Good luck in defunding the police. Oh. I think the alcohol started to hit.
No. What are you talking about?
Oh, man. Did I ever tell you the story of the first person who tried to cancel me?
I don't think so.
So this was Analog Grift, who is my moderator on this channel, will know this story. Back in 2017, even before that, actually. So what happened is on the good old Facebooks, somebody posted an article that said, tea is a horrible, disgusting, bland thing. We should all get rid of it. Some filthy British guy. So I posted an article on the Facebook and said, who wants to join me in a lynch mob? And one of these, transhuman, they, them pronoun using subhuman parasites decided what I was actually doing was I was attacking the blacks because I said lynch mob.
You're like, if I was going to attack the blacks, I'd...
I need a few more shots before I do that. So what she wanted me to do, what it wanted me to do, I'm not going to refer to it as a human. It wanted me to bend the knee, as it were.
Yes.
And I said no. Like, listen, creature. 1, I did not mean it like that. 2, I'm not even American, so your American concepts of lynching does not really apply to me. 3, I'm pretty sure you never bought tea before because I can see your name, and I, especially back then, I didn't have that many sales. I knew every single person who bought tea. So no, I was not going to bend the knee to you. And they end up getting a lot of their friends. And this is my first experience of having a hate mob come at me and people saying, whoa, I'm never going to buy your tea again. Like, I can see your name. I can look up your name. You have not ever bought. I can look up your name. You don't even like the page that you're replying to. I have never seen you before, ever. What do you mean you're never going to buy from me again? You're full of crap. And so what these people did is, ironically enough, they did me a favor. So there was a little shop that I had my tea set up in.
Little shop of horrors.
And this shop was a mistake, and you can tell by the name, because the name of this little shop was called The Collective.
Oh.
And whatever you're thinking,
Welcome
yes.
to Tommytown.
Yeah. It was very communist-like, because what we had to do is every person paid money to have a spot in the store to have their products, and it went straight to the owner. So the owner of this place really did not have to do much. But I mean, so if we get no customers, she still got paid. But we didn't. We still have to pay for the space, but she made all the money. Just full-on socialist person. And it didn't take long for me to make my opinions known of, hey, actually, I'm not a fan. Son of a bitch. Another shot.
Oh my goodness.
It didn't take long for me to say that I'm not a fan of Che Guevara.
Well, I mean, who is?
I filled this whole thing up. Why am I so dumb? I'm gonna take 2 sips for this shot.
I'm not gonna shot shame you on your own show, but somebody should.
Fuck! Oh! The things I do for the store.
For the store. For the
It's not for me. No, right, yeah. I was saying, oh yeah, so yeah, the collective, I'm working there. Obviously, she didn't like me. So these people began to call the store en masse and say, this person's racist, sexist, anti-gay, which, in 2017 was a lie. In 2022, I'm not going to open that can of worms.
Yeah, you can shut your mouth. I hate to tell you that there's another one in the chamber, but I don't know if you can read numbers.
What's up? Fuck.
When you feel like you're going to die, you should just end the stream. It'll probably be the safe move.
This is not for me. This is for the store. I'm not going to go into details.
I'm just saying, if the Russian national anthem starts playing in your head, end the stream. Like, end the stream. Like,
all I'm saying
going to tell you who will die next. It's not a good. Don't do it.
All right, I'm drunk enough to tell the story. Some people in my Discord might know me kind of speaking about this, but
no,
related to my tea shop, back in just last Halloween. I'm gonna keep this as vague as possible to let people make up their own stories about what happened. I got the shit kicked out of me to the point where, for the first time ever from getting beat up, I vomited. Might have also been due to some of the food I ate, but it was in the name of the tea shop. And the people who kicked the shit out of me were there kind of holding my hair back and whatnot, letting it happen.
Wait, and so some people beat you up because of your tea shop?
No, this was like a 7-hour span of things happening. It began talking about the tea store, which turned into a fist fight, which turned into a game of Go, which is an ancient Japanese board game, which turned into another fist fight.
It's a game of territory and strategy.
Yeah, and then went back to the tea store after like 2 more fist fights, and then that's when I ended up vomiting from all the shit that happened. And after that, we all had a nice little celebration. And going forward, we know what we're going to do with the tea shop. And through this entire fucking 7-8 hour experience, none of us drank a drop of tea. And I had quite the laugh of the entire thing that happened. I'm gonna let people try and figure it out. Am I working with the mafia? Am I working? Who is going to kick my ass over something so stupid? I'll let you figure it out.
Take a couple drinks more, and we'll see.
All right. Now, what was I talking? Oh, yeah. So the collective, they call the people. I am losing money every single goddamn month because this person has no incentive to advertise the store or bring people in. Because if there is no customers for a month, she still gets paid. I don't. So these people call to get my store canceled.
Yeah.
They try to end, as far as they knew, they tried to end my career, my livelihood, over something as stupid as me saying, who wants to join me in a lynch mob? Which they know I explained that I did not mean it towards the blacks. That's not my culture.
Only
I'm an Eastern European.
I won't say it. We're not on Rumble. I won't say the joke.
I'm an Eastern European who follows mostly Asian cultures, not in a weeb way. I mean in a very deep, I try to learn Mandarin to read more books of things I'm not going to go into, whose teacher is based on African and Sumerian religious practices and teachings, living in the West. Like, motherfucker, you cannot find somebody more diverse in this shit. And you're going to try and cancel me.
Except for me, because I'm black.
I'm trans black.
I'm just black. Like, now you're stepping into my place.
I almost said the N-word. I was that close.
Why would you do that?
If it was a different stream, if it was on your Rumble, I would say that I'll explain a lot of things about that word. But if you guys want me to
Rumble,
actually
and I'm going to say the N-word. No. Teaman, no. Bad. Get out the horny bat. Someone knock this man down a peg. Bam. No. No, Teaman. No. You need to stop immediately. How long is this stream supposed to go?
As long as I want.
No, you're at the place where you probably should stop really soon.
It's for the tea shop.
It's for the tea shop. I'm trying to save your life.
Shit that I would do for the tea shop. Okay, anyway.
Oh,
I am now sober. All right,
yep.
so
I got 10 minutes, buddy, and I'm gonna try and save your life in 10 minutes.
so the point is, they tried to, as far as they knew, end my livelihood over something so stupid and petty. This wasn't even the first time someone tried to cancel me over something. One time it succeeded, actually. When I was a personal trainer, I was a personal trainer at 2 facilities.
I'm
not
just
gonna
so,
go
I'm
into.
sorry. I'm just here thinking about it. And you're like, when I said lynch mob, I did not mean the blacks. Also, going to Rumble to talk about the N word. I'm gonna say it a whole lot and explain it.
A lot has
No,
happened in the past
these are-
5 years. What can I say?
These are not good next to each other. Can you write down that I get to speak at your funeral at least?
Oh, I'm too angry to die. I don't know how I look on stream, but I am a very hate-filled man. But my my argument is that the hate is not a bad thing. In fact, more of you need more of that hate. That's one of the reasons why we have so many problems. Too many people view these emotions as bad or negative when there's a reason they exist. Fuck it, we're going philosophy time.
Uh-oh.
The reason why these emotions exist, there's always a reason for these things. It's part of your humanity. The problem is when you don't know how to control them. Control is the key word to these things. But neglecting them, all you're doing is you're making things so much worse that when the anger explodes, you will do things you never thought possible. At least if I'm going to do things which I cannot mention on YouTube, I'm going to be fully conscious of them. I'm going to know exactly what I am doing. Like I said, good luck in defunding the police. But that's not the Teaman. That's the person behind the Teaman speaking. I'm gonna put this alcohol to the side.
Yep. Put it away. Put it far away. Maybe in a different county.
Anyway, let me get back to you, Mr. Ricadas, which I want to say to you is, well, let me start from the balls and work my way up to the shaft.
Wait, what?
How does it feel? How does it feel to be a single man who managed to change the landscape of how law is viewed in practice in this country by your very simple decision to just live stream a court case? How does that feel?
I don't know. I don't think about it most of the time.
You should.
Well,
Another
that's
thing
weird.
I hate is I'm not saying this is you, but I hate false humility. There's a lot of people who take too much pride in their humility, and it kind of drives me insane.
I don't take pride in my humility. I just don't.
No, like I said, not you.
Yeah, I know. Hashtag not all gays, but I just think about I just don't think about it most of the time because for me, it's weird because I just get up and do my show whenever I can. Like that's the thing. It's like, okay, well, time to go to my office and do a show because doing shows is fun. And I like it. And the fact that it changed stuff, it is weird. Like when I think about that from time to time, and it's an interesting conversation piece, especially after the Johnny Depp trial. When you meet someone and they're like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "Well, I make some YouTube videos or whatever." And they're like, "Oh, like what?" And I'm like, "Well, did you pay any attention to the Johnny Depp trial?" And they're like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Did you ever see any of those clips where there's like a bunch of stupid lawyers talking during the trial and there's like clips of it?" Like, "Yeah, I saw some of those." I'm like, "Yeah, I invented that." And they're like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, I mean, I didn't try to, but I just kind of did." Like that whole thing just happened. That happened on my show. And so like if you see those, I know all those people. You're like, "Whoa, that's weird." I'm like, yeah. And then, you have another drink and then no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
But
which I'm going to take this time to quickly remind people we have 200 people watching. This is obviously a YouTube channel. It's got over 10,000 subscribers. I do stuff outside of just purely tea. It's mostly an anime channel. Hit the subscribe button, the like, etc., etc. If you want to watch a video that encompasses who I really am, watch my video on Good and Login. Don't believe in yourself. The philosophy of good and login. That is the title of the video. That'll tell you all you need to know about me. That's actually another video which holds a really special place in my heart because my teacher, who I mentioned earlier, who I'm not going to go into much detail because he is a very private person, let's just say he did the equivalent of giving me my PhD because of that video, and I wasn't even trying to do it. So that's a very special video for me. I actually, Mr. Bricadia, I'm going to bug the shit out of you to watch that video as well, just on your own personal time. It's only like 12, 14 minutes. But there's a reason why I want you to watch it. But I'm not going to go into that right now. Right now, it's just focusing on this.
I got about 5 minutes, brother, and then I got to go. I got to go get dinner.
All right, so I whipped the balls. I'm going to work my way up to the shaft.
This analogy is not so good.
There's something that you have said to me a lot, which I do appreciate, but also bugs me in a certain way. Which you talk about how it's my tea that ends up selling itself, and it's because my product is good that I keep getting the resales. I mean, if I go to, it did not break, thank God. If I go back to my analytics right over here, so let's go. Oops, that's finances. Analytics. Let's just do the year. Oh, and I gotta mention this to other people as well. One of my goals at the beginning of this year was to make $100,000 gross profits. So I have this plus 3,000 from cash from the conventions, so 86 plus this, so 87,000. So basically, actually 88,000. Wait, yeah, $88,000. So I'm 12,000 away from hitting my 100,000 goal. Which, if you would hear it early in the stream, I explained why it's nowhere near as good as it sounds because it's gross, not net.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, about that.
But that's okay because that's it's a nice milestone for a business.
Yeah, my returning customer rate is 13.75%. Is this going to show me the average? The average is something like fucking 2. I have an exceptionally high returning customer rate. And yes, I do agree that my product does sell itself. But if it was not for somebody like you, who gave me the time of day, who gave me the shout out, when you had no freaking obligation to do anything of the sort, who I just, man, I had butterflies in my fucking stomach the very first time I did a coupon code with you because I didn't even ask you for permission.
No,
I just threw that shit out there and you rolled with it. And I am eternally grateful because if it was not for you, it doesn't matter how good my stuff was. I would still be in the same hellhole in Illinois that I've always been. And it's because of you that I was able to break free. For example, look at this. This month alone, 66% returning customer rate. That is
too far from the sidewalk.
So I know I've thanked you in person before, but I'm going to thank you in front of everybody as well. Thank you. And if it was not for you, this tea shop would not have been what it is. For all I know, I'm going to tell you a conversation, and I've made this public before, so it's not anything new, but it's probably the first time you've heard it. I was having a conversation with a friend a couple of years back, which I was explaining the shit I had to do in my life to just stay afloat. My friend asked me, why have you not put a bullet in your head? And my reply to him, with no sense of sarcasm or irony or anything of the sort, just full-on genuine reply was, because I did not have the bullets. And that is the place that I was in. I didn't off myself because I didn't have the means to. It was just that awful. I'm assuming people realize that life is more than just the stuff I'm doing right here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that just make things considerably worse. It's like just constantly getting nowhere. And it's just thanks to you that I was able to in any way break free from that chaos and that madness. It doesn't matter how good my stuff was. It was you who gave me that opportunity to become what I currently am today.
Well, man, I'm glad you didn't have the means to off yourself. Where would I get tea from?
Good question.
That
Oh, boy.
Celestine tea time crap?
Speaking of tea, yep, time for the shot.
Oh my God. You're going to do this, but I've got to go, man. So can I make a professional recommendation to you?
Uh-huh.
End this stream within 15 minutes. It's just
You're not my dad.
I'm
Can't
not
tell
your
me
dad.
what to do.
I did not tell you what to do. I just made a humble suggestion from a man who has been 12 shots deep before.
This is nothing compared to the shit I have done. Now I'm kind of playing it for the camera at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but the
At
point
this
is,
point, you are. Those last 2 shots hit. We'll see if you are.
the point is that if there ever comes a point in which I was about to say something which was the alcohol would have made me speak a little bit too much truth. If there's ever a point where somebody gets too much in your way, I'll be more than happy to move them out of the way in non-Teaman means. So just keep that in mind. If anybody of oh man, is Keffel's in the United States yet?
I don't know. No, Kevil's Canadian.
Oh, well, shame that she's still alive. Oh, I said the wrong pronoun. That's what the alcohol does.
I'm gonna move my 15-minute thing up to like within now. You should end the stream like really like.
I gotta read people's super chats. I gotta see what other people have said. What time is it? 7:12. I am at the point where if I move my head really fast, it takes a while for stuff to catch up to me.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I said, I am not experienced in the alcohol, and I'm all out of my tea. I'm all out of my water.
Yeah, you should really. I'm gonna look. I gotta go, buddy. I really do. But
I understand.
Strongly suggesting, as a man who has been where you are right now, that you should probably wrap this one up.
So what you are saying is that I should show my penis on stream.
Yeah. Nope.
All right, I'll look to wrap it. I'm gonna scroll up and see what the super chats have been, and thank everybody who has joined us. Actually, let me real quick see how many people have subscribed. Oh, that's a lot of voters. I'm having so many notifications now.
Good. Now you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to fulfill the orders, which means you have to live through the show.
Yeah, tomorrow I got start work.
and your Shopify store has to survive this stream.
Yeah, $10,330. That is that's a good amount. Okay. I want to get more subscribers. Again, everybody, I urge you to watch. There's 2 videos which I think encapsulates everything about me. One is the Good and Like video I mentioned earlier. The other one is the Epic of Dragon Ball Part 7. Which again, it's Part 7. It's a series I began in 2018 and only finished this year. And if you want to watch the whole series and see how my improvement in YouTube editing and whatnot has improved, as well as my storytelling. There's other sides to the Teaman, which I still question if I should let people know about. Because what the Teaman is, it's not a fake persona. I'm not being fake. I'm just taking aspects of myself, taking some down, while taking others up. That's all the Teaman is. But like I said, tea is not even the top 3 things of things which I am knowledgeable about and good at. So take that information as you wish. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Bricada. If I am still conscious, I'm going to send you another super chat later on tonight. And
I won't be streaming on.
Oh, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday. If anything, it'd be a locals or Twitch stream. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say you have one more shot, but I love you, buddy, and I want you to succeed, which means I would humbly suggest I'll cheers with you on this one. Cheers, man.
I'll ask for. Wow, I can't. I am unable to speak drunk. I'll ask for one favor. Invite me to a stream one day. Especially on Rumble. I would love to be able to speak in a way which I'm, 1, not drunk, but 2, I don't have to be as much of the Teaman as I normally am.
Well, we'll see. I've been thinking of some streams to get some
Ooh,
smaller.
I have an idea. If you want to have a conversation about, if you want to have a conflict, like a friendly conflict about somebody, I would love to talk to you about your philosophy about the concept of words. How you say, these are just words, they don't mean anything, they're just meaningless. Personally, I don't think there is anything in your life that you're more wrong about in your life than that.
Okay.
And I don't want to fight with you on it. I want to
I
have
do.
I want to have a conversation about it.
We'll tie our balls together and then knife fight.
Don't tempt me.
Take your shot, man.
Oh God, I went up my nose.
Good. Yeah, that's how you learn. Get better at life. All right, man. Hey, here's what you need to do.
What?
You need to end the stream.
I will read super chats and then I will end the stream.
Promise?
I promise. I promise on my soul as a warrior that I will end the stream.
If I check in on you and you're just out here, you're like, now let me tell you about books that need to be burned. I will punish you.
What about people?
Punish you.
What about people?
Yeah, doubly so for that one. I will punish you.
My hands are tied then. I swore an oath, so I'm just gonna read the super chats. I'll probably be done in like 5 minutes at most.
Now, I'm gonna check in on you. If you're not done, I'm gonna be upset with you.
My most important thing is my word. I will not break that. And I'll grift if I break my word. I don't know if I even gave you these powers, but end the stream. Camelot 331.
All right.
I send you a message about giving you a coupon code as well. For the love of God, please respond.
All right, buddy. All right. I gotta go. I'll talk to you soon. Have fun. Well. Congratulations. And keep going, brother.
Do I have to take another shot?
No.
Okay.
No, you took that one. Trust me.
Okay. All right.
And I would have told you because I think it would be funny, but no, you're good. All right. Peace, brother.
All right. So I'm gonna do this through here. Scrolling up. There we go. I held it in. Like I said, I am not used to being drunk. Hey, at least this is me as a happy drunk. Last September was me as a very depressed drunk. All right. EPW for $5 says, just bought probably meant some tea and a pot for Xmas gift, but forgot the photos more codes because I'm drunk, but drink more. Well, there you go. I'm doing plenty of drinking. This has gone beyond what I expected. 4.99 from Jensen. Hello to both of you. I was going to make you take a shot, but I want to buy more tea. Scrolling up. This is not Streamlabs, by the way. This is something else called Melon, and it works alongside with Streamlabs, which is why I went with it. $10 from DLK Fox 2000. Here is some money. Have a great weekend. 1,327. I'm gonna have a pretty good week. And actually, no, tomorrow's gonna suck, but I'm not gonna have a good weekend. But I'm going to have an excellent week after tomorrow. $10 from Porcupine Mayhem. Had a health scare 4 months ago, gave up coffee and energy drinks, switched to green tea, dropped 20 pounds, just pushed my first dry switch tea. Fantastic. Oh, man. I did tell a story about when I was so depressed my organs began to fucking shut down. That was man, that's not fake depression right there. I'm not sure you can fake that one. I was coughing up blood and everything. $10 from Quicks. Oh, Pope of the Grift, thy sermon on the tube, preach the gospel of the grift. You need punctuation, young man. I'm gonna start this from the beginning because I don't want to be I don't want to be that guy. I'm gonna do this correctly. Oh, Pope of the Grift, thy sermon on the tube, preach the gospel of the grift. Gather round, observe and amaze. Learn from this man. Also, I don't like tea. I don't like tea generally. What I have, Thai tea, doesn't seem like tea. Quicks, message me on the website Monday, and we'll talk about tea. Everybody's a tea drinker, they just don't know it yet. $10 from Silver Coins Go Clink Clink. Made this man sound like a pot scientist, the pot scientist of tea. Yeah, we're not going to go into psychedelics. That's different. $5 from Muffin Rando. Here is a 5 you teabag as you sit and grift with this D-bag. And we saw this one before, right? Otherwise, I'm going to have to take another shot. Wait, this, yep. Okay, so we are all set. Let me scroll all. Okay, take this off. Hide on stream. Go all the way down to the bottom. See what people have said. I have to go, guys, because I gave my word to Nick Ricada. And if there's anything, it doesn't matter my business stuff or anything of the sort. I will leave this for one thing. Give me one moment. This will be my final thing before I go. I have to try and articulate this while I'm drunk. Fantastic. Website. So this is my website where you can support me, assuming it loads. Dragon's Wings membership and Only Teas is my subscription service. I'm not sure how to probably get this across to the rest of you guys, but don't try and pay me for what I offer right now. Think about what I can offer you in the future. Think about what I have achieved and built up until this point. And even though I say my tea shop last year became self-sustaining, it doesn't mean it was an easy road from that year up until now. At the end of January is when I will finally have some real freedom under my belt and what I can really have a chance to experiment and show you guys what I am capable of with some actual finances behind me and just lack of stress. Having my finances covered is, you know what, fuck this. Like I said, I am not a fan of false humility. The things I will be able to do with the financial support is on a level that I do not have the words to properly describe to you guys what I can do. Join my Discord. We can talk about it more in detail there. But I gave my word to Nick Ricada, and I am not going to break my word because above everything else, that is one of the most important things I have as a man, not just a team man, but a man. And so I have to end the stream there. Thank you all who have joined me. I'm gonna need to grab myself a drink of water. I need to see what's going on in my Discord and hit the subscribe button, the like button. Thank you for joining us. And oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hold on. Nope, you didn't make it. All right. Farewell.